Okay, so just with the record, we offer the prayer, we share a spiritual thought, and we're going to start our discussion. This week's discussion is about Jim Sharp, who, okay, let me open this. It's only 5 questions, right?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah. We're so happy for this because I have not finished yet the case. I read it, I'm through it, but I've not finished it, everything I want to say. So, yeah, I need time. So it's good that you're. Okay, so number one says, assess this venture from Jim Sharp's perspective. So if we were Jim Sharp, what would do we think about this? What would we think about the venture?
Yes, Gene purchased extraction technology, really?
Yeah, extraction technology. Yes.
Fraction technology. Okay, I think the case was if this purchase, if this venture is a good idea. Um, I think the business was a good fit because it met the three principal criteria for a good business. Uh, Although it was a business in manufacturing string, uh, the advantage was that Gene Sharp has a lot of experience in this area because he worked in General Electric and other jobs, and he worked in good position. So this was a good advantage. Um, although the low profitability, the company was experienced. Um, Gene did a great job um, because he has the 100% control. Um, but they need more investing. They need more financial resource. And for this reason, he had to negotiate with substantial risks with other venture capitalism. And I think this was I think this was a great risk, a great business because it's like every business. There are many risks, many difficulties, but generally, um, when you have a job, when you have a business, you have to go forward and endure to the end, taking good decisions. That there will be rainy days. So I think um, G Sharp has a great job during rainy days.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. I think that it was a good deal for him. I mean, he was looking at it was like 600 companies or something, and he said that it took about 10 months for him in order to to go around and look for those companies to see which ones are the ones that he wanted to deal with. And yes, he didn't talk with all the 600 of them, but with 60 of them in 10 months. And it was not like he was looking for something that he wanted to do for the company that was being sold, or for the one was going to be, and selling the business. So as far as I know, he wanted to be the owner. He didn't want to share any portion of his venture. So that's why he didn't enter into any capital venture thing. Yeah, that's what he wanted, and he got it at the end. Perspective, it seems like he got what he was looking for.
That uh, There are, I think there are difficulties when you are the only one owner, because you will own, or you will have the you will be the only responsible for bankruptcy or for fail in the business, and
Yeah, it's
generally
true.
you have to take decisions on alone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, there are some advantages, maybe financially, but as you said, there are also some risks within, and also, yeah, you're alone in order to take decisions and stuff. So yeah, you're right.
Sure.
Okay, so number two says, how has Jim Sharp purchased this venture? What are the implications of this financial structure? Okay, so I think that, well, he had to finance it. So from the case we got that he had to go to the banks. He went to the banks, and the banks at first they just asked him, "So what's the deal?" And of course, he didn't have any deal. And so he said, "If I get the money, I will come up with a plan or we'll do something." But they said, "So what's the deal?" So he realized that he wouldn't do anything until he gets financing first, get any financing, unless he has some business plan or something to show to the bank, right? So he didn't, as mentioned before, he didn't went either to these capital venture guys because he wanted everything for himself. But the way that he wanted he get or he got, I mean, his venture was because of financing, that he had to obtain it after all.
Sure. Personally, I don't like debts, and as Shark acquired the business was principal for by debts, and I don't know, because in my case, it's terrible for me. Um, Mortgage for my car, and a mortgage for my home. Um, but in this case, uh, G Sharp has a great reputation because with low revenues, with low profitability, he was worried about how to finance, how to pay off the his debt, because um, only 100,000 was obligation free, but the rest he was entirely a debt. And bank don't forgive your debt. Bank are very uh, hard to ask to exigir, cobrar. How do you say cobrar in English?
To get the money back or to charge to get the money
Yes,
back.
to get the money back. You know, um, this was a difficulty for G Sharp because he didn't feel as the principal owner or the only one owner, because he knew he had debts.
Yeah, that's right. How much money you said was free?
100,000 dollars.
Yeah, for right. The other one he need to. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you're right. So one of the things about being the owner, I mean the solely owner, is that he had to get into debt. Any shareholders, and anything, he need to do that, and there is no other solution for him. I mean, I don't see any other solution. Investing in his financing thing, so he still needs to get one of the debts. And for me, also, that's one of the issues that he has to deal with. because he's going to get into that. Actually, he got into that, and in order to get, there's no way he needs to pay it off everything every single, I don't know, month, year, I don't know, but yeah, he has to go through it.
Yeah. Okay. The third question.
Yep.
Okay. What should Gene Sharp do on his first day as owner of Extraction Technology Inc?
Okay.
I think he could create or improve the marketing and strategy for his business, and he need to preoccupate for having the good people in the company, having the correct people as employees for extraction technology. Because when you have a good staff, a good team of work, uh, you are more probably to to get success in the business. And they have to do a plan in marketing and sales um, for for gaining more revenue.
Yeah, I understand. And I have something just here that I don't know where did it go. I had it just in mind. 1 second, it was over here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so I think also for the first day that he should do is, come up with a plan because, so far, he knew, and this is from the case. I read this. It says, um, he says, I knew the names, ages, and salaries of everyone and had talked with the previous owner about them, but had never met them. I also knew from background checks that my company had a poor reputation for quality, delivery, general business practices, etc. So he had already there some issues that he has to deal with. So I think it's something that the very first day is, sit down and make a list of all the issues, gather all the issues together to see how I can deal with those. He has a lot of information to deal with. Uh, he felt like he had a lot of information, but at the same time, he had too little, is what it says from the case. It's because of, he didn't know too much about what to deal with. But that's a good start at the same point, sit down and make a list of everything you have to deal with, all the issues that your company already have. So, with a plan in order to deal with those issues. Well, that's something that I would do in the very first day.
Yes, and I was thinking that. Thank you for sharing this. I was thinking that it was necessary for Jim to have a financial plan to repay or to pay off
Yes.
the debt of the business as soon as possible. I
Yeah,
think.
that's a good thing too. Yes, you're right. You're right. Uh, Financial plan. Yeah, as soon as possible because that's gonna kill him, and especially because it's not the only thing. The building itself was neglected. It was a lot of carbon and stuff inside. So to paint things and stuff. So a lot of fixing and repairing had to be done. So of course he was going to get into a huge debt. So that's something that he had to deal with as well. Okay. So the following question is something that says related to what we already said. What should this action plan be for the next 6 months? the next 12 months? What should his priorities be? Well, something that I would add to this is, besides his issues are and everything that he had to deal with, something that he could do is also get to know a little bit more about the industry where he is, because he mentions before he didn't know too much about this industry. He got into this industry because the owner was selling it, so he buy it, and now he's into it. He's involved in it. So a good plan also for the next 6 months would be to get to know the industry, get to know product services, and how he can make things differently. He mentioned that the reputation of the company, that about the products what they got before, so he can know a little bit about what the other companies do, what the competition do, so he can make it something different. He can come out with new things. After all, he already have a new company. Well, new for him, and it's a lot of money invested on it.
Sure. As you mentioned, um, it would be necessary, I think, to do a SWOT analysis.
Yep, you're
SWOT
right.
analysis, because it's not normal that the last owner wanted to sell his business. Generally, this occurs when the business is not working good, working well. Uh, and so G-Shark need to do different things, different and do changes for the operation of the business in the 6 months and 12 months, and using a manner to verify,
Verify, yes.
verify his progress in the business. Um, if there is the financial resource, maybe he could hire a consulting firm or advisor firm that will help him with the planning and strategy for his business.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree with that. Yes, it's a good point that you made. I didn't see that, and yes, you're right. There's one reason why people selling things, right? Because you need the money, or because you want to get something out from you, and you don't want to see it anymore. But well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, good. We're doing well on the discussion. Okay, so let me see. 6 months, what should his priorities be? Well, yeah, the priorities would be the ones that you mentioned before: financial thing, getting out from debt as soon as you can. I was doing this Excel thing, but it was really, really hard for me, to be honest. But I learned something from that, margin ratio or something, because when you get into a lot of debt, the margin ratio tends to, if I am correct, if I'm right, I mean, it tends to be higher, and as higher the margin ratio is, it means like, you're depending a lot on the money you get into. I mean, you are using. I mean, you're generating revenue because of that. That's what it means. So as your margin ratio is higher, you're getting. I mean, you're creating revenue, but it's all because of that. So that affects a lot to the cash flow in a negative way. I was learning a little bit about that. I'm not pretty sure about everything, but that's what I got from doing the Excel thing, which still I don't know if it's good or not. I had a really tough time doing it, And honestly, I don't want to see it again. it's, it took a lot of time from me to try to figure out how to make it. But I got something from that. So yeah, I think one of the priorities might be that he should come out of debt as soon as possible because that's affecting cash flow there.
Yes. That Jim made a right acquisition.
I think he made the right acquisition because that was something that he was looking for. And of course, it's nothing new. It's something that was built. I mean, it has already been there. And of course, he's not going to get, nothing is perfect. So maybe you buy something, but you're never going to get something totally perfect or something perfect. I mean, and of course, there are going to be some actions to be taken. And in this case, um, there's a lot to be done. Some repairing, some fixing, and also improve product production as the reputation is not good. But yeah, he acquired it maybe, and that would be something risky, and that's I mean something risky and something that he has to work hard to come out with. To me, I think he did the right acquisition.
Yes, I agree with you because business and entrepreneurship require taking risks, and it was a risk. Then you have to improve the business, to improve the situation of the company. So, with time, with patience, and with good decisions, he could enlarge the company and to have success. Uh, Maybe in the first attempt you will fail, but after some attempts, maybe you will have success. As Google, as Facebook, as many companies have been created, generally the first attempt and second attempt was were failed. And so this would be the opportunity of the life for Gene Chart.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we agree. We both agree with that. I think that there's going to be a risk always in everything. If you want to get success, if you want to come out from the bottom and try to reach the top of anything, of everything. I mean, it's always something that you have to do um, besides what you are already doing. And yeah, I mean, it's a lesson for all of us. I mean, also for me too, because things have to be done after planning. Um, you mentioned something very important that is not getting something by debt, but I mean, it's something that makes me think a lot when I'm trying to do something. It's very easy to get into debt. You say, I got this money and I'm gonna get some revenue and profit, and I'm gonna pay out this as soon as possible. But sometimes it's not like that. There was a question in the Excel file which says that what if something like economy or falls down. So that's something you cannot control. And if you get something by debt, and if the economy falls, what are you going to do? You cannot do anything. You still need to pay the bank. The bank is not going to say, hey, the economy is bad now. You pay me later. You have to pay the bank. It doesn't matter what happened. So those are things that you cannot control. And yeah, that's something you mentioned that made me think about it.
Sure. Um, Maybe the business is in USA or was stated in USA. Would be different in Ecuador. Maybe Jing who had more challenge. And generally here, he could fail. But in other countries, as you said, and Europe and other good countries to have a business, we can take risks as him. Depend the economy, as you mentioned, depend the economy, the bank, financial rules, etc.
Yeah, yeah, because we never know, right? We never know exactly what's going to happen, what we should do. Um, those are things that we cannot control. So, you know, one day everything could be good, but you don't know what happened next. Something might happen, and it's just like that way. All right, so it seems like it's the first time that we cover all the questions in a really good way, right?
Yes.
I'm like,
Well,
because there were only five really short questions, which was good. I like it a lot.
okay. We are in the middle of the semester.
Yes, I'm happy for that, man. I'm really tired, to be honest. A lot to do, and still doing homework and stuff. Well, it's something that we have to do, which I don't complain about it. I feel okay. It's a lot of have to do, so I really need a rest. But still, this course, we have to read cases every single week, and it's a lot heavy to me. I mean, it's tough to me to a lot of amount of time, reading cases and then analyzing them, writing summaries. But it helps a lot. It helps a lot because I now have a better understanding of how things work and what I should do and stuff. I mean, it's good, but at the same time, it's tough, tired, to be honest. But it's fine. I'm learning, so it's okay.
Sure. Well, thank you for your teaching and for your help in this course because this will be very useful for me.
Thank you. We both
Time,
are learning, man.
yes, time is my principal enemy.
Mine as well. Mine as well. There's a lot to do, and yeah, that's why I'm like this. But it's okay. So, well, once again, thank you so much, man. And yeah, I have to go as well because I didn't finish the case. I still need to write like 3 paragraphs in order to submit it. I wish you the best, and I guess I'll see you on Saturday, right?
Yes, Saturday night, the same time. For me, it's good.
Same same time, my friend. And have a good week. Well, a good middle of the week.
The same for you. The same for you.
Same for you. Let me send you the link. I will send you to Facebook the link. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Goodbye.